Hey folks, welcome back to Mr. P's Film Review, and I'm here with another retro review from the year 1997, and I'm here to talk about one of my personal favourites from Quentin Tarantino, and that is the brilliant Jackie Brown, which was written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. And just like many Quentin Tarantino films, it features an all-star cast, including Pam Grier, Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Forster, Michael Keaton, Bridget Fonda, and Robert De Niro. In this brilliant tale, we see Pam Grier play the title character of Jackie Brown, a 44-year-old air stewardess who is laundering money for gun robber Ordell Robbie, played by Samuel L. Jackson. But when Jackie is apprehended at an airport with money, she's faced with a dilemma: go to jail or help the ATF catch Ordell Robbie. But Jackie has her own plans to basically outwit Ordell and the ATF and walk away with $500,000 of Ordell's money. As always guys, before we go any further, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit the alarm bell as well so you can get notifications when my video is going to be uploaded, and give this video a like as well to help the channel grow. Jackie Brown is a significant movie in Quentin Tarantino's catalogue, purely because this was the first film of his that was rated 15. But more importantly than that, this is the first movie of his that was adapted from a book. Jackie Brown is based upon the novel Rum Punch, written by Elmore Leonard. And Quentin Tarantino exploded onto the scene with the magnificent Pulp Fiction. And after you do such a landmark movie like that, the question was, how do you follow it up? And he did, in brilliant style, with Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown is one of the more relaxed Quentin Tarantino films. It's not as violent as his other movies, and it is certainly more linear in storytelling than his other works, but it still has all the hallmarks of a brilliant Tarantino movie. That includes great engaging characters, snappy dialogue, visceral directing, a brilliant soundtrack, and more importantly than that, some sly humour that has been a constant theme in every one of Tarantino's movies. Jackie Brown is a very vibrant and entertaining movie, and I would certainly say that when I watched it the first time that it came out, it was certainly more colourful compared to Pulp Fiction. Quentin Tarantino has a knack for picking up brilliant talent. And more importantly than that, what I love about him is the fact that he doesn't go for the most popular actor at the time. He'll go for his own personal favourite actor, and that could be an actor who is no longer well known or has had a career slump, and he wishes to give them a new role to do. And he knows how to rejuvenate careers. He certainly did that with John Travolta, with Pulp Fiction. He did that with Bruce Willis as well, who also starred in Pulp Fiction. And he has worked his magic here with Pam Grier and Robert Forster. Both were nominated for Golden Globes, and Robert Forster was nominated for a Best Supporting Actor Academy Award. Quentin Tarantino specifically wrote Jackie Brown with Pam Grier in mind. Jackie Brown is a homage to the blaxploitation era. Pam Grier originally auditioned for a role in Pulp Fiction, which was the role of Lance's wife, but she was unsuccessful. And Tarantino specifically said, the next movie that I'm going to do, I'm going to write specifically for you. And with Robert Forster, who was an actor who was known in the 70s and the 80s, and it knocked me for six. And it was only when I realized, when I did my research, that Robert Forster was the lead terrorist, Abdul, in the Delta Force, starring Chuck Norris. And Robert Forster also auditioned for a role in Reservoir Dogs, but was unsuccessful. And Tarantino told Robert Forster when he saw him that, you know what, you're going to do this role, no questions asked. And these two give some brilliant performances, because this movie has a spectacular soundtrack featuring the likes of Bobby Womack, Minnie Riperton, Randy Crawford. Even the opening sequence of Jackie Brown, where we see the title credits, they are the same font as another Pam Grier movie that she did, Foxy Brown. And in the book, the character is actually called Jackie Burke and she's white. But Tarantino changed the surname to Brown as a nod to Foxy Brown. And also a frequent collaborator of Pam Grier's in the blaxploitation era, Sid Haig, who would star with her in Coffee and Foxy Brown, he has a cameo appearance as the judge. So Tarantino knew what he was doing. And this is a brilliant movie for Pam Grier. Pam Grier had a career boost after this, because the blaxploitation was a particular genre that was popular in the 70s, but then faded out into the 80s. And she wasn't getting the type of roles that she deserved. Jackie Brown showcases her role as a brilliant actress, as a sex symbol, and also as a lead actress in this movie as well, because she showed that she was still as bad as anybody else, and was a reminder to those who were unaware of Pam Grier, this is what sexy looks like and this is what badass looks like. Same can be said for Robert Forster, who plays the role of the love-struck Max Cherry. He was brilliant. And originally Robert De Niro wanted to play the role of Max Cherry, but Tarantino said, no, I want Robert Forster to play this. And it was good that he chose him to do this role. And that's the thing about Tarantino that I like. It is the fact that he will hire someone who you think, you know what, you could have hired somebody else to do that. But when you see the finished product, you think, okay, that was the right person for the job. And just like many a Tarantino film, he just brings life to the snappy dialogue that Tarantino writes. You got frequent collaborator of Tarantino, Samuel L. Jackson as Ordell Robbie, who just chews up every scene that he is in. Even Samuel L. Jackson said that Ordell Robbie and Jackie Brown is one of the favourite roles in films that he's been in, of Tarantino's. And I would agree. This is a very likeable character. And just like Pulp Fiction, Sam Jackson injects some humour into every character that he's in. And he certainly does that with Ordell Robbie. Bridget Fonda as Melanie, the surfer girl who smokes weed, who is an assistant of Ordell's. And I love the scenes that Bridget Fonda shared with Robert De Niro. There was a sub-story where they were trying to double-cross Ordell and take his money also. The scenes were very comedic and very interesting at the same time. And both Robert De Niro and Bridget Fonda had great chemistry together. You got Robert De Niro as Lewis, who plays a very somber and very quiet character. And you're thinking, okay, what's wrong with this character that Robert De Niro is playing? But it's in the final sequence of the movie where we see the synoptic views of when they're trying to get the money from Jackie, that we see Robert De Niro come to life as Lewis. And he was brilliant, injecting all the mannerisms and all the brilliant wit and humour that Robert De Niro does when he brings into a character. We see Michael Keaton, played Ray Nicolette, the ATF agent, who, along with his character, played by Michael Bone, again, another collaborator with Quentin Tarantino, they apprehend Jackie. And he has a significant role in this movie because he's basically working alongside Jackie to nail Ordell. Michael Keaton is always a charismatic actor and always brings life to every role that he's in. And he is just as likable in this character. And what was so brilliant was that 1 year later, he would reprise that character in a cameo appearance in Out of Sight, starring George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez, which was based upon another novel written by Elmore Leonard. So that was a nice transition for that character. But each character has their own screen time, and Jackie Brown is over 2 hours long, but it doesn't drag. There is significant screen time for each and every character. There is significant screen time to build up the plot and the dialogue and the narrative, and it is as engaging as any other Tarantino film. And just like any Tarantino movie, there are signature shots that he uses in every movie that he does, and Jackie Brown is no different. So not only do we have snappy dialogue, there's a brilliant trunk shot, which he has used in countless movies. There is the lower angle shot in the final sequence of the film where we see Ordell get shot dead. And that was the same type of angle that he used in Kill Bill. There is a utilization of red that he uses in every movie. He did that where we see Bruce Willis's character Butch in the Vincent meets Mia Wallace situation in Pulp Fiction. He uses that when Max and Jackie go to a bar. And he used that same type of angle and same utilization of red in Kill Bill. There are the long tracking shots that he uses in every movie, which he's done in Pulp Fiction, and he uses it with Jackie Brown as well. What I love most about this movie was the fact that he has a synoptic viewpoint of when the money is exchanged. And we see it from 3 different angles. We see it from Jackie's, we see it from Melanie and Lewis's, and we see that from Max Cherry's synoptic viewpoint as well. And it was just so energetic the way that it was done. But Jackie Brown is just a thoroughly entertaining movie. Elmore Leonard said that this was one of his favourite adaptations. In this movie, Tarantino even nods to Pulp Fiction in a deleted scene where Ray actually sees Jackie for lunch.
Ordell. Wonder where that garçon is.
Garçon means boy.
Anything else I can get you this
Can
evening?
you get me a fresh one of those? I think we're out there.
Sure.
Thanks.
And the waitress that comes to serve them is actually the same waitress that was in Pulp Fiction and said garçon means boy. But on the whole, Jackie Brown is a satisfying movie and it is a brilliant addition to Tarantino's filmography. I don't think it was fair that people compared it to Pulp Fiction because I think those 2 movies are totally different. I think Jackie Brown should just be judged by itself as a movie on its own grounds. And as a book adaptation into a film, it is brilliant. Very stylish, very funny, very witty, very entertaining, and another brilliant film from Tarantino. So I'll give Jackie Brown a very strong 9 out of 10. So guys, that's my review. Thanks for watching. Please keep on supporting this channel because there'll be more reviews coming. Hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit the alarm bell as well so you can get notifications when my video is going to be uploaded. Please give this video a like as well. Leave your comment with what is your favourite scene from Jackie Brown and how do you feel about this movie now that it's 25 years old. Comment down below and I shall see you all on the next film review. Take care.